When a review starts out with this much bacon, you know it's going to be good. We have our turkey bacon, our regular bacon, even our thick cut bacon. And to cook all that bacon, we're going to be using this yummy canned bacon. It's a bulb head product, of course. It's an as seen on TV item. I purchased this for $30 on Amazon, so let's do a quick unboxing. Here's our yummy canned bacon unboxed. I should say this part right here feels like kind of cheap plastic. Same thing with the top. You have what they call a crisper vent on the top here. This looks like a handle. Of course, I've got my latches to unlock it there. I will say the bottom feels a lot more heavy duty than the sides. Let's get a quick measurement. It's about 6 5/8 inches tall, and at the widest point, we're just about 7 inches wide. So if your microwave does not allow for something just about 6 5/8 inches, which is a little over 6.5, then this wouldn't work for you, but otherwise you're good to go. Let's open this up and see what's inside. Open this, we're gonna lift up on the clasps here and pop off the top. All right, so it looks like we got some cardboard here. I will say that there is an intense odor coming from this, like it really stinks. So you're definitely gonna wanna wash this before first use. Let's open this up and look at it. This also feels really heavy duty, and I like that. There's nothing worse than something super cheap. So what the objective of this is, you're just gonna wrap bacon around, put the top on, put it in the microwave for a set period of time, and hopefully you have really good bacon at the end. They recommend, of course, that you have to wash this before first use with warm soapy water, or you can put it in the top rack of your dishwasher. I'm gonna go wash it up and get started. Welcome back to another review. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You, and as you saw it, it's all about bacon. And when you review bacon, what can go wrong? Let's get to it. We are all washed up and ready to go, but there's something I want to show you first with the yummy can. The crisper valve is really just a vent, so there's not too much pressure that builds up on the inside, so it can pop up like that. Pretty neat. Microwave ovens vary, so they do have this chart. My microwave is 800 watts, so if I cook 8 pieces, I'm supposed to cook it for 10 minutes, and really that's just like the max for 900, and then 1,000 and 1,200 watts or 9 minutes are your max. So let's put 8 pieces, which is filling this entire thing out. We're starting with my least favorite type of bacon, but it's bacon nonetheless. We're doing some turkey bacon, so the objective here is just to move this thing around, draping the bacon over each one of these pieces until we get all 8 pieces in. We're all ready to go. They fit in nice. There's some space before the bottom. And so we're gonna put our top on here, push it down tight. The directions tell you to make sure you have this thing clipped in tight so it does not come off. Let's go put it in the microwave for 10 minutes. We are approaching the end of our 10-minute cook time, and once this beeps, we're supposed to leave it in the microwave for an additional 2 minutes. So we'll check in when it's all done after the 2-minute wait period. Now for the moment of truth, let's pop these up, grab it by the top here, open it up and see what our bacon looks like. In my opinion, it looks a little crispy, but then again, I'm not the biggest turkey bacon fan. It is very crispy. Actually, it looks a little burnt. So this is like most machines, you're gonna have some trial and error before you get it right. I put it in 10 minutes. I would say you could probably get away with 8 minutes. So let's try it at 8 minutes to see what they look like. As I took these out of the yummy canned bacon, I noticed the inside parts got really, really burnt. I was a little disappointed that the first round of turkey bacon got scorched. But then I realized, you know what? I'm just doing turkey bacon and it's not that good anyway. So what we're gonna do is this time we're gonna try for 7 minutes. I'm gonna go a little more conservative than the original 8 minutes. I hope it works out, but it's also a good trial run before we get to the good bacon. Let's go put this in the microwave for 7 minutes. All right, here is our 7-minute turkey bacon and then 2 minutes of resting. And it absolutely looks a lot better than the 10-minute version. I will say, be careful when you take the lid off. Even though I let this rest for 2 minutes, as I tipped it back, there must have been some moisture here in the lid because it just spilled out onto my hand and it was very hot. All right, let's check out a piece of bacon. I can see that it's crispy through here. Not as crispy on the inside this time, which is really strange because before it burnt on the inside. It looks like I have similar uniformity as far as the cooking. It seemed to be really, really getting a little crispy on the outside, but not as much on the inside. I will say, I think this looks like it's done pretty well. Not that even, but it's definitely something you can eat. I just tried a piece, and yes, it was edible, but no, it does not taste like bacon. Anyway, that's just my own 2 cents. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna actually get the regular bacon, clean this thing up, and try that out. I did another couple of rounds of turkey bacon just to make sure I got the same results, and I did. I even tried a few less, and less time is important when you do not have it completely full, and you know what? I didn't mind it. I will say, after the few rounds, I had trouble cleaning this. I did try to clean it after each use, but some of this discoloration is still there, just so you're aware of that. Let's load up the regular bacon. So I'm going to show you a few things. What I try to do is I try to keep the bacon as far forward as I can. There's actually a little lip right there, if you can see that. So I bring the bacon all the way up there so it's not touching on the inside. I think when we cook the regular bacon is when we're really going to get the most benefit from the Yummy Can bacon, because the lid will keep all the grease in. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this base looks like at the end of 7 minutes. Now for the moment of truth, I'm going to unsnap this. Now, this was a little warm, and I did let it sit for a few minutes, but I'm just going to open it away from myself. Therefore, if there's any steam, it goes away from me. I don't seem to see any, but just in case. As I'm looking at this bacon, it does look like it's cooked. I don't mind it this way. It's not crispy. Some people may like it a little more crispy than it actually is. I don't mind it this way. I am going to try it now in the microwave for maybe 8 minutes or 9 minutes instead of 7, just to see if it crisps up a little more. Let's get a new batch and set it up. So I have this loaded up for the second time, and you probably can't see it over here, but I have 1 piece of bacon left. Seriously, 17 pieces? Why couldn't they just put 16 in here? Anyway, the reason I bring that up is because the directions tell you can only put 1 piece of bacon per tray, and you may not overlap it. So that 1 piece of bacon is just going to have to be cooked later. Let's go put this in the microwave for 9 minutes. All right, let's see how the second round went. And you can definitely see that these are cooked a whole lot more. I put this in for 9 minutes. I do notice down here at the bottom it didn't cook as well, but up here it is a lot crispier. Look at all that grease at the bottom. Gross. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some thick cut bacon and cook that up, and we're going to put that in for the full 10 minutes. We are now on to the thick cut bacon. I'm a little nervous because half of this bacon is actually thinner than the original bacon, and then half of it is like thick cut. So let's hook this up, cook it for 10 minutes, and check it out. Our thick cut bacon. Let that steam roll off. Now I did cook this for 10 minutes. You can see that it's cooked here on the outside, but the inside, it still looks a little like it's not cooked all the way. Let me see if I can get one of these off. So this is another one of those trial and error things. You can see that it's not really cooked all the way on the outside, and it's crispy on the inside. Now it's probably reached temperature in which you can eat it, but it's not cooked as long as I would like to cook it for bacon. I have noticed from time to time that it gets stuck to the Yummy Can bacon, and it's hard to get the bacon off, and it just rips, just like this piece is doing. So you might encounter that from time to time as well. In this video, we were taking a look at a product called Yummy Can Bacon. So I know it's a weird name. What did I think of it? Well, first things first, I purchased this for around $30, and that's a little higher than that typical as seen on TV price point, so that was a little frustrating. I actually ordered this product a few months ago, and well, it didn't come, and I forgot about it, and then all of a sudden one day it showed up in the mail, so we tested it out. Now, let's get to the actual cook of the bacon. Directions has recommendations per your wattage of your microwave, and I did follow it the first time with some turkey bacon and crisped it and fried it, and it was disgusting. Second time around, I cooked it, and it seemed to cook fine. I liked that it was somewhat crispy, and I tried it, and to me, well, it wasn't that bad. I had a little better results when I switched over to regular bacon. It's probably because of the higher fat content, and with some trial and error, things, well, they cooked better. Now, this cooking, for me at least, was pretty inconsistent. Some parts were nice and crispy, other parts were still fatty. I'm not sure why the color of the grease or the drippings was just nasty and cloudy, and that worries me. I've always been told, like I said earlier, that your grease should be clear, and this is like, is that even safe to eat? Not too sure. Now, I tried it. It didn't taste bad to me, but it's just something I worry about. As with many devices, I wanted to get a second opinion, so I asked my wife to try it. She tried the turkey bacon and immediately spit it out and said, ooh, that's nasty. Almost tastes like it's bad, like the meat was bad or the turkey was bad. And she goes, I don't even like it. And I thought, well, it's turkey bacon. No one really likes that. So then she tried the regular bacon, and she's like, no, absolutely not. It definitely has a weird taste to it, and you shouldn't eat it. As she said that, I was taken back to the time when I unboxed it and I smelled a terrible smell. Now, I've actually washed this in the dishwasher twice and by hand at least 20 times. And so this should have had a really thorough washing. So I asked her to smell it right in here and go, and whoo, it still stinks. And that really worries me. Now, I can't taste it, but I can definitely smell it. And that's something I would caution about. I was always taught not to heat up things in the microwave using plastic, and maybe this is the reason why. Anyway, that was my full review of the yummy canned bacon. If this is something that still interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. Also, I'm going to leave another link down in the description. I searched through YouTube to see if anyone else reviewed this, and a reviewer colleague reviewed it. Her name is Kathy with 2 Cent Chicks. She reviewed it, and she had a lot of good points as well. I'll link that down below. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. I want to show you what it looks like after you peel it off. And this kind of stuff worries me too, because I was always taught to make sure that your bacon grease got clear, and this is still cloudy or milky, and I just don't know if that's something you should eat. Now, I'm not a professional cook, so maybe the cooks out there can tell me if that's okay, but it worries me at least. I wanted to point something out here. These are really tight spaces, which makes it really difficult to clean. And I've scrubbed these and put a washcloth in there. I've ran it through the dishwasher a couple times, and it's still dirty. I just wanted to show you that it's really difficult to get in here and clean after each use. Whew. That really does stink. Anyway, thanks for sticking around for my entire review of the yummy canned chicken. You know what? In my area, it's getting to be springtime, which means it's time to wash your car. And I love these foaming cannons. This is MJJC's Foam Cannon Pro. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link my review of that product right up here. And I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you at this review. So go ahead, click it. It's safe. I promise.